Morning everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Calves. Today is Thursday and that means it is our off-sink breeding day today. So we are going to breed a total of 6 cows today. This is the lightest week that we've had in a while in terms of animal numbers. We've been having weeks like 15 cows on the off-sink program. So this one's a little bit lighter. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. That sunrise is just peering into the barn and hitting the fog in here. It's cold outside. That makes the barn foggy, so we're just waiting for that feed to be fully dropped. The west side of the barn's already got feed, waiting on the east side of the barn. Our feeder's gonna come through, open the door, and dump a bunch of cold air into the barn, so we'll go check that out. Our short-term forecast is looking quite brutal. Tomorrow, a high of minus 26, Saturday, a high of minus 22, and Sunday, a high of minus 19. But if we look out into the 2-week here, there's a day that's apparently 0 degrees. So it is going to warm up, and then we're going to kind of be in those single-digit negative temps, which is pretty nice. So there is light at the end of the tunnel. It's a bit of a classic joke we have out here. The forecast, there's always a warm day, 2 weeks out there, and that gives all the people out here in Canada, something to look forward to and not take drastic measures like leave the country because it's so cold. So anyway, we're gonna get these cows locked up and then we'll breed the cows that are on the off-sink list. Just walking through the barn looking for the cows that are not yet locked up. I'm solo this morning, so we're gonna try locate them on the BA system, get them kicked up and locked up in those head lockers. We got our 6 cows bred that needed to be bred, but since I'm here solo, I noticed something with this cow right here. This is the last cow that locked up. I locked the head lockers after the feed wagon pulled through, and the other 5 locked up reasonably easily. But this cow, for some reason, she just hung right behind the head lockers and walked up and down the barn, and she was not gonna stick her head through and get locked up. Now there was tons of open lockers. There was at one point 10 lockers that she was just standing in front of. So I'm like, man, what are you doing? Usually we have more than just one person here. The cow will be there, one person will stand there, one person will stand here. They'll kind of pressure it and it'll eventually go and eat some food and then lock up. But she just would not go and get food. So I bred all the cows that were in this line and then I let the lockers go. A bunch of cows backed up and then I locked it again. And 10 seconds after I did that, she turned in and went and ate and locked up. So either she was nervous of one cow that was in the lockers here, but that doesn't explain why she would eat anywhere. I'm kind of thinking maybe she knew that she would get locked up and she was just hanging around waiting. What a silly cow. If that's how it is, that's pretty gnarly. Never noticed a cow do that before. Smart lady. Eh? Look at her, she's mad at me because I figured her plan out. She's a good girl. Just gonna grab the clip and we'll let them go. Over the course of working in the barn this morning, I've heard our Juno calling for help. It ran into the wall this morning, I guess. Perfect. This is Neline's cow, Pumpkin. She lets Neline walk up and pet her. I don't know if I can. She's a little stinker. I caught her red-handed last night when I was checking cows. I'll put the picture up now. This bugger had her front 2 hooves into a water bowl just for no reason. Silly lady. This afternoon we're going to be cleaning out one of our calf rooms, so we're going to take the New Holland, the wheel loader, drop the bucket off. We're going to drop it off here in the shop. This is so that we don't park it outside, and then the hydraulic fluids pressure change, and it'll make it that much harder to couple those quick couplers back up when that pressure changes in the loader versus the bucket. So we'll drop that off in here, and then we'll go pick up our calf mover, hook up to it with the quick attach on the loader, and then head over to the calf room where we can move 12 calves out, and then we'll scoop all the manure out of that room, clean it, pressure wash it, and very soon we will put new calves in there. And I think when we do put the new calves in, it'll be right away halfway full, because we already have a bunch of pens that are doubled up in the room that we're currently filling, just because we are having so many calves right now. So we need to get that room cleaned out as soon as possible. This is the room we're going to be moving out. Park the loader just outside. We got to clean a bit of stuff up here. We got some insulation, some Delcan. So this is now a tricky part. We got to bring the calves all the way from there up this alley without any gates in the front, and somehow convince them to go into this calf mover. Try to get this thing lined up here. Just use these panels. Help guide them in here. That took a whole lot of convincing to get them on there. Whew. Hopefully they enjoy their ride. Okay, this is where the calves are supposed to go. Feder and I just bedded it up. Tossed a round bale of rye in here this morning. Only issue is Miriam's pet cow is in here, Shiloh. And she's probably gonna try and escape as soon as we open the gate. Yeah, she's already going for it. I think she's 17 years old. So. The oldest mama cow on the farm. Yeah, what is this, Shiloh? So I think we've had those doors open for maybe 20 minutes, but just to show you how cold it is outside. The water and the water bowl's already turned to ice, and these are the ones that are furthest in the room, so I think we'll get these doors closed and keep the heat on here. Because we do have some water lines in the front there. Don't want those freezing solid. That little heater right up there has got to heat this whole room, so I think it's got a big job. We're going to take out all these pails. We always throw it in the bedding before we scoop it out. Easy way to clean it up. If there's any leftover feed or water in those buckets, we'll just dump it out. Got this room scooped out. Now we got a shovel and stuff, but I grabbed one of our diesel heaters. It's just in the parlor. I think we're gonna have to put it in there overnight, but for now, since we had the doors open for like half an hour there, scooping it out, I think it's a good idea to put some heat in this room just because of those water lines. It's well below zero in here now. We're all done cleaning the shavings out in the bedding. Now we're gonna put the panels back in, and that is gonna make it ready to pressure wash. So we're completely finished with that other room now. We have a bit of a issue with the two new rooms. The new inlets got put in and they're not yet hooked up, so we're gonna go tape them shut. Or I think Dad's got some cardboard on the Genie and he's just gonna wedge it in there and make sure they're shut. So you can see those four inlets there are open, those are closed. And that's really gonna matter here tonight when it's minus 31. Make sure he doesn't hit something in here. I don't know if you guys could hear that squeaking from underneath the tires on the snow. That's what it sounds like when it's cold. That is a certified cold sound. That's what that is. Sheesh. Better close this door. Okay, we gotta clean the bucket of this skid steer, and it's like -30 outside right now. So the way we do that, we come to our vet room and we have a garden hose that has steaming hot water. When I say steaming, it is nuts how hot the water is that comes out of this hose once it gets warmed up. So we just spray it down with this. It'll melt all of the sawdust out of that bucket. It's frozen on, that's the biggest issue. Oh yeah, you can't see nothing anymore. Okay, it is now 9 o'clock in the evening. I'm at the barn to do the night check, and it just got below -30 outside. So this is the coldest it's been so far this winter, and we are gonna put on a heater in the parlor just to make sure things don't freeze up. We don't have a big heat system here, just floor heat. The floor heat does go into the parlor though, which is sweet. I don't know if it feels warm at all. Yeah, it's not bad. It's definitely working, and the concrete all up by the parlor, sorry, by the tank there, and then over there into the offices and all the utility rooms, they have floor heat. But it's just that cold that we think it's necessary to put additional heat in here. That should do good. I'm gonna go do the barn check now. We'll come back and check on it again. Very surprised at how clear it is in the barn right now with it being -30 outside. This is pretty good. What do you think, Cheetah? Do you approve? Sweetie? What are you doing, girl? Well, we finished the night check. There's no calves for one, so that's nice. And I'm thinking about this heater here. The way the ventilation in the barn works, this pack barn, it's 400 feet long, and it all is working as a one ventilation. So if we heat the front up a whole lot with this sucker here overnight, it's going to try and exhaust a lot more air. And since there's no heat source at the back of this barn, I think the back is gonna cool right down. So since the floor heat seems to be working good, and when I walked in here initially, it was honestly pretty pleasant. It was definitely like, I think it's almost 10 degrees up front here. I think I'm gonna turn this off. I don't think it's necessary. Plus, if I'm wrong, my sister Miriam, she's milking tomorrow morning, and she will give me a phone call right away so I can help. The last thing for today's video is my new boot dryer. I've wanted one of these things forever. You just put your boots on upside down and it slowly pushes warm air through it and dries them out. Since I'm in my boots for so many hours a day, they never really get the chance to dry out fully, and that adds up. So my mom was asking me what I wanted for Christmas, and I said one of these, so she went and got it. So this is my early Christmas present. That is awesome. So when I come here tomorrow morning, hopefully these boots are gonna be 100% dry because of that boot dryer. I'm stoked about that thing. And that brings us to the end of today. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.